Holy smokes, guys, this is going to be a quick video. I am not even kidding. I got there's a lot of family over because obviously it is Christmas. So this is going to be fast, but real quick, I hope everyone is having a great day. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. We are 2 days away from the 25th. I am excited. Now, real quick, a couple things are happening in the world and I'm excited to talk about it. But we're going to start here with this amazing clip with John Fetterman sitting down with ABC News. And there's something that he says here that I think is just so very very enlightening to see from one of the key figures from the left, and I just love it so much. And we talk about this a lot on this channel, but I'm going to go ahead and play this clip. We're also going to play a couple things from Nicole Shanahan with Sage, and it's gonna be great. But check this out; it is so good.
Do you think he has the potential to be a successful and a good president? I hope, because I'm not rooting against him. If you're rooting against the president, you are rooting against the nation. And I'm not ever going to be where I want a president to fail. So country first. I know it's become maybe like a cliche, but it happens to be true.
Absolutely not a cliche. This is good. People should be wanting the president to be successful, because when the president is successful, the whole country is successful. And I absolutely love it. We just talked about this just the other day and it was so great. And let me see. I love that one of the top comments it's so perfectly explained. Someone says Democrats be like, status update. I can't stand our pilot. I hope he crashes this plane right into the ground. Hashtag not my pilot. Unfortunately, this is the mentality that so many people on the left have. And it is so just disrupting and it is not productive and not okay. But I absolutely love that we have someone like John Fetterman saying, you know what? Like, yeah, my party lost, but I want this next administration to be so successful. I want them to win, because when they win, America as a whole wins. And I just love it so much. I also saw this from Chief Nerd, right? It's a clip with Nicole Shanahan on with Sage Steele, and it's discussing why they decided to exit the race for the presidency and just really throw their support behind President Trump. And I absolutely love it. This is a longer clip, but it is so good. Check this out.
Then there was the attempted assassination.
Yeah.
And watching that happen and watching America's response to that, everybody on our campaign kind of paused. We paused. We really were thinking to ourselves that it would be somehow inappropriate, to let this former president, potential future president, continue on a campaign and go up against a man who's literally risking his life. And Bobby had a certain attempts on his life too, but nothing like that.
Right.
And so this was all happening at the same time. And then Trump does something that was really extraordinary. He calls Bobby the day of almost dying. And he wants to talk about children's health. He's
Insane.
like, there's something to it. And I mean, that was enough for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You have to judge people and how they respond to the most trying days of their lives. That's how I judge people, how they respond and react. When people come back from almost dying, and you see what their first activities are, those are very intentional activities. And so behind the scenes, it was we all were like, this guy cares, and he's sincere. And if he wants to sit at the table, hell yeah, we're going to sit at a table with him.
There is literally so much to unpack there. For one, she talks about how people respond to adversity, but not even just adversity, how you respond to nearly dying. And the fact that President Trump, one of his first acts was reaching out to Bobby Kennedy and creating some sort of partnership to get some sort of alignment, saying, you know what, we don't agree on everything, but I bet the surface area of which we agree with could actually create some astronomical impact for the future. And I think that is so beautiful. And the fact that all of this happened and that led to what really is the unity party, I think is just incredible. And I also love that Nicole Shanahan right here said that that was enough for me. Right? Like, like we I didn't always see eye to eye. I still don't see eye to eye with everything that President Trump did, but that singular moment was so defining that it was enough for me to throw my support to him. And I think that's so important because I think it's usually how these things go. Like we don't really like everyone, right? We don't really maybe see everything that the other person says, perfectly clearly, but we're we're trying. We're in this process, and to say that, this actually this this was enough for me. It's enough that you almost died and you threw up your fist in the air and you said, "Fight, fight, fight." Like I'm almost. It's almost irrelevant what happened in 2016 to 2020 to see post 2020 Trump. To me, you won me over at that point. You won me over during this election, especially whenever you look at the whole political landscape, especially when you compare him to Kamala Harris, especially when you compare him to some of the other people that were running, some of the other third party people, except for Bobby Kennedy. But I just love it. And I love some of the comments here. Like Kazan says, this was the day that started the unity party and turned the tide of the election to Trump, to a Trump victory. Had Trump not had this realization about the health crisis with kids and not have turned to Bobby Kennedy, the election results would have been much different. I completely agree. This was the defining characteristic, right? This was the defining variable that I believe changed everything. We have someone else says V. Matilla. She said RFK Jr. independence pushed Trump over the line. I completely agree. Any senator who doesn't vote yes to nominate, we will never win an election again. People really want Maha. You know what? That actually just reminds me of something that I tweeted yesterday. Let me bring that up real quick. That is so funny. Yeah, I just tweeted this yesterday. I wrote, every senator who doesn't approve RFK Jr., I'm just assuming you're a bot at this point. And I think that is great. Now, I the next part of this video, I really want to be about RFK Jr. And this is gonna be quick, but it's just something that I've been seeing, and I think it's interesting. And before I get into that, real quick, I posted this poll yesterday and thought it was so fun. But it's, do you still trust the mainstream media? And it's, oh my gosh, I think I just realized something. I made this a quiz instead of a poll. Wow, I need to make this a poll. I am so sorry. I was wondering why I really couldn't see the poll here. It should have been a poll, and I made it a quiz instead. That is so dumb. I am so sorry, and I just realized that. But this is what happens when you try to build in public. You make mistakes, and it's okay. You completely reiterate. I'm gonna post this same exact thing, but I'm gonna make it a poll so everyone could actually see how the results are lining up, and maybe I'll put a third option because that'll be good. But I did want to share my newsletter. Tomorrow I'm going to have a Christmas edition come out, and it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a little different, but I'm excited because right now I'm in this season where I'm kind of experimenting with the newsletter because I want to make sure that it has incredible impact and that it benefits the people who read this. So that's why I'm still kind of figuring out. I'm not too sure if I want to make it where, I write like an article every week or twice a week, or if I just send like some daily news every other day, or if I send you the best hits. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still in the process, but I'm learning. Now, so please go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. It's completely free. There is an option to support if you want to go one step further, but it is completely free. Now, something that I've been saying with RFK Jr. is, again, the same is true with Google News, and mainstream media. Like, he is getting attacked very often, right? 14 hours ago from the New York Times, 9 hours ago from The Hill, and 3 hours ago from NBC, right? There's a lot of name calling again. Look at this article from the Rolling Stone. It says how RFK Jr. and his underlings will make America sick again, when quite the opposite is going to happen. But nonetheless, that's what mainstream media is saying. But you know what I liked? I liked two moments here. One, I love that The Hill reported saying RFK Jr.'s nomination gathers steam after Senate meetings. And look at what they say here. Kennedy was initially thought to have a difficult path to confirmation, but after meeting with some 24 senators this week, many seemed ready to look past his political baggage and focus on the areas of shared interest. And guys, are you kidding me? Whenever I read this, I was like, this is just an incredible expression of where we are right now in this whole political dynamic. It's not about necessarily being perfect. It's about looking past someone's baggage and understanding that they could still create so much good. And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying in this clip with John Fetterman. That's what I'm seeing with this clip with Nicole Shanahan. And now this is what I'm seeing with this other key area from one of the recent articles from The Hill. It's people recognizing that maybe you're not perfect. Maybe you've done some harm. Maybe you've done some bad. Maybe you have skeletons in your closet. But that doesn't mean you could be productive. It doesn't mean you can't create any good impact. And I don't know, to me it's this just transformative process, right? Like there are imperfect people, but they could still create so much good. And I just love that that's what The Hill is reporting on. And I think it's incredible. I also think that we're seeing the same thing from the Wall Street Journal, right? Like I was watching this video from WSJ, and look at this again. Wall Street Journal opinion: RFK Jr. pleads his case to Congress. And when you just compare that headline with some of the other things that you're seeing, boom, Rolling Stone, how RFK Jr. and his underlings will make America sick again. It's like there are really these kind of two sides, right? There are people who are trying to bulldoze RF Kennedy Jr. and they're trying to discredit him. But then there's people on the other side who are saying, you know what? Actually, I bet if we just focus on the areas of key interest, we could actually create some good. Right. So that's just something that I'm seeing, something that I was picking up on. And again, I'm a firm believer that Kennedy Jr. is going to get confirmed. I really do. Like, look at all these moments of him just meeting with a bunch of the senators. These guys, he's talking to them, and this just happens through these long form conversations where you sit down and you ask questions and you actually dive a little bit deeper. And I just think this is absolutely absolutely great. And even the man himself, R. Kennedy Jr., whenever he was asked how the meetings are going, he said they're going really well. So I'm not worried. I don't think you guys should be worried. But again, maybe the job isn't done until the job is done. But that is the whole video that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys are having a incredible Christmas. Please let me know what you thought about some of these conversations that we had, going from John Fetterman, going from Nicole Shanahan as she talks about the moment that they actually decided to throw their support next to President Trump, or even John Fetterman talking about how he's not rooting against him, and how I'm just feeling like that's becoming more so a general census among people on the left, or that's at least what my sappy hope is that it becomes. And let me know what you think about this headline from The Hill, and them kind of being a little bit more supportive of what's happening over in the Capitol with RF Kennedy Jr. and his meetings with all these senators. And I just think that's really exciting. Anyways, that's the video. I gotta go hang out. I gotta go hang out with family and start celebrating because so many people are coming in, and we're like, Christmas has already started for me, and we're gonna go do Christmas things. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a phenomenal couple of days. I will see if I could try to put out another video tomorrow, but we'll see. I make no promises, but I'm going to try. As much as I try to, do these videos every day, I also have to make sure that I'm more committed to the family. I'm more committed to my tribe. But I do see you guys as part of the tribe. That's why I wanted to make the time to put this out here as well. But anyways, that's the video. Please go ahead and let me know what you thought about this conversation. Please go ahead and subscribe to the newsletter. I have so many conversations on here. One regarding the gap is closing with RF Kennedy Jr., one about RFK Jr. and fluoride, a couple of discussing the 5 lies of RFK Jr. or why the Democrats are crumbling. And I also have an incredible thank you to the visionaries a newsletter that came out recently. And again, my newest one comes out tomorrow. It's gonna be the Christmas edition, and it is gonna be so good. All right, that's the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon, or I will see you all next time soon. And Merry Christmas. Okay, I love you guys. Bye. Episode's over already? Geez, that was fast. Well, they say beautiful things do not last forever, but feel free to watch and listen to another one of these episodes if you're interested in those conversations as well. Also, this next part is huge. Make sure to obliterate that like and subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never skip a beat. I also have a newsletter where we dive into the news, politics, and ideas that shape our future. If you're interested in signing up, I'd really appreciate that. Anyways, that's the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I'll see you next time.